So let's quickly check homeworks that you have done. Yeah, so check. Okay. Yeah, so make sure you guys put the screenshots, right? So only one person has seen screenshots. So I didn't see any screenshot here. Okay. So yeah, always make sure you put the screenshots. Okay. This explains that you are doing your job. So if there is any issues, you need to pick all the issues, right? And once the issue is fixed, once it's done, you'll be having so if you put the screenshots, your boss will be verifying your work and will be checking it. So it's always good to have documented as well. Okay, so let's quickly start defects module. Let's go to defects. Okay, so here, so this is the next step. See, here's the thing. Once you find issues, first you need to find issues, right? Let's say you found the issues, you coordinated with the lead. The lead said, yes, this is an issue. So meanwhile, these all test cases should have all been written because this is not, we are not going to write this later. This first, it has to be written already. And once it comes into a testing environment, then we start testing. So once you execute these test cases, see this execution, you will find issues from there. Okay. So once you find issues, you coordinate with the lead, tell them, okay, this is the issue, and you said, yes, this is an issue, open defect for this. Okay, so you need to open defect, okay, and assign the responsible person who is responsible for the owner. The owner of defect is always a developer, okay, and the owner of the test case, test case is always a tester, okay. So let's add. So let's see our defect actually. You know what? We'll just open a defect which I've shown you earlier, right? Okay, so let's open this defect. Okay. So now so whenever you're opening a defect, okay. And go ahead with add with details. Here you can edit it. So here what you want to do is always go with the, here you need to go with this, right? So first thing is, some information about what actually the defect is. Let's say, what the defect is. Now here we are talking about shipping and handling fee, right? So you need to write some information saying that shipping and handling fee. Then you need to put some information on the project, which project you're working on. See, here's the thing. There's so many projects there going on, a lot of things happen. So you need to put some information here to recognize what's this all about. Okay. So give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, just to delete that. Okay, so here, whenever you're opening um, an issue, right? So here you need to make sure shipping and handling, okay, should be there, and put the information about the project, which project. So you just want to write some information like GMO online, and if it is a critical issue, want to put it as critical issue. So in this case, right, I'll just put my name, but okay, so I don't think this gets accepted. Let's see. Okay, so if you want some critical issues, right? You want to put here critical issue or production issues. If there is any production issues, okay, you need to write it here. This is really not required, but yeah, if you want to use it, you can use it. But this is important. What's exactly the issue is? What is the and the project name, which project it is, and if it is critical issue, you want to put it as critical issue. Okay, now after that, you want to put defect state. So always, make sure this is in open status, not in submitted status. Okay, why? So let me give you an example here, right? So, you don't want to, put, okay, so in some tools, if you cannot open a defect on open status, you need to put on submitted and then open it and then put it to, okay, change it. But here in this case, it's easy. Just click as open and, that should be good. So why do you want to do that, right? Because let's say if you put on submitted status, okay, if you want to put it in the submission status, and let's say you open a defect, okay, you open a defect, you put it in submission status, and what happens, right? It has been 1 week and you forgot about this issue because you're working on more than 2 projects, 3 projects, and you almost forgot. And it's been one week and you didn't remember anything about that. Now what happens, right? You will get a call. You get a call from your boss because you are not monitoring your work, but somebody is monitoring your work. Okay, just remember that. So you may not monitoring your work, but somebody is monitoring your work. So you'll get a call from the boss saying that, okay, can you stop by at my desk? Okay, now that's that's not supposed to happen because so let's say your boss tells you, okay, what's up with this defect? Okay, now if you put this submitted status and it shows to the submitted, and why this defect is in submitted status? Okay, so the very next question that your boss will be telling you is, why is this in submission status? Why not in open status, and what's going on with this? So now you cannot say like, no, I forgot. No, it was long back. No, you cannot say that. Okay, so this is what becomes. Okay, so you cannot say that I forgot, because it's your responsibility to take care of what status of the defect. Okay, so that's the reason it should be in status, open status, unless your opening is some defect which is pre-version, or you want to test it, it's not ready for testing, you already know it's a defect, or it's a some document issue which you want to point out in later stage. That's all. Other than that, you're not putting into submission status. Okay, so make sure this should be always in open status, and just move it in progress. So you have this D for defined. That means again you need to change the status. This is important. In progress, once you continue with this, you need to put as in progress. And once the defect is fixed, once the defect developer fixes this issue, you change it to completed. Okay, and if this accepted is a job of really from business analyst. Normally, it's a business analyst job. In most of time, actually, most of time, if not all the time, most of time, business analyst changes to accepted, because once this issue is fixed, it has to go to a business analyst saying that, okay, this was the issue, and the developer writes some comments saying this, okay, we fixed this issue, and this was actually showing up, and what's the requirement on this, and how it's supposed to be. So all this coordination from the business analyst to developer, they will take care of that, and they will accept it if it has to accept it. Most of the time it gets accepted. So that's the schedule. So this is in progress. And if you want to block this defects, if you're blocking this, you need to have some good reason to block. Okay, because they are not going to fix it, or it's going into the next release or something like that. You want to block it, put the reason here. Okay, and ready, and I'll say the test case. I'm sorry, the defect is ready for test, ready for developer to view it, or ready for to start fixing this issue. You want to click on this. Plan estimate. Actually this is more for a developer point of view, because once you open this defect, how much time will it take to fix this issue? Okay, so that's the, developer has to, write information like, yeah, I worked on 10 hours on this, and, estimated to do this. So this is really not a research job, normally. Because we are opening issue and we are saying that is an issue, and because developer has to fix it. Now it takes some time to fix it. Okay, it's not like just like 1 or 2 hours. They have to do a lot of research, and you need to figure it out what exactly issue, because they also, if it is, sometimes you open a defect, but really it is not, doesn't have to be from a developer. Sometimes it comes to the architect level issue or some web UI issue. Okay, so this has to route to particular team, particular concerned person. So, and then it has to get fixed, because as a tester, we don't know what exactly the issue is. Okay, we don't know. We only just open defects, right? It might be Java issue, it might be Ajax issue, it might be ETL issue, it might be front end, back end, just so many things. It might also be a document issue. The document is incorrect. At the end of the day, say, document is not good. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so that's the reason, right? This is the developer point of view to change this. And description. What's the description here? We want to write. Let's say. So I want to put as whenever I'm trying to shipping handling fees, is showing as $5, right? And you want to put a screenshot, because now what you're saying nobody might understand, right? It's not necessary they will understand it, because developer will be having a lot of questions. What are you trying to see? What are you trying to navigate? What are you trying to say? So a lot of questions here. So we'll make it simple for developer, and also for yourself, because you don't want to have this ping pong, right? Developer says something, you say something, it gets navigated to boss. Now boss says something, you don't understand, so you don't want this ping pong, right? We want this, very clear to the developer, so that our job gets done quickly. So here, what you're going to do is just add this. Okay. So I'm just highlighting this so that it's more easy for the developer. I just want to put some information, what is required. And just push it. Now, what I'll do is I'll just put a screenshot right here, okay, right here, and okay, that's good. Now, the developer has this screenshot right in front of this, so he'll not, what I'm going to try is please. Okay, and I want to write, please see the screenshot below. So now, developer will have pretty good idea what's going on, what's the URL, and what they are working on, what exactly this issue is, the architectural issue, is it developer issue, or is it ETL issue, or is it web UI issue, or Java issue, they will figure it out. Once they don't, sometimes they don't, so what you need to do is they'll say, okay, why don't you talk to database administrator, why don't you talk to this guy, why don't you talk to that guy? So once they figure it out that you need to route this. Sometimes, okay, they will help you out if they're friendly. That's good. You're lucky. Not always, right? You're not always lucky. So in that case, you need to coordinate. Again, this coordination is coordination with the developer guys to make sure to route this defect to the respective owner. Okay. Now let's see here. How would you do that? That would be done by submission and owner of the defect. Let's see where is it. Oh, you know what? Here you see the right side. Here you go. If if anyone, the user here, it shows the list. Okay, so this, you see this owner, that means the owner of the defect. Okay, it will be a developer. A lot of people will be there. There's a bunch of people. I mean, whole company members will be there here. If you know the name, that's good. Just type it again, and this shows up here, and they can assign a defect to that person. Okay. So once this is done, you need to fill up all this information. Okay, you need to fill up all this information. Now let's see one by one. So this is the defect information. So what environment are you working on? Development, test, staging, or production? For now, we'll just take it as test. And what's the priority of this issue, and what is the severity? Okay, let's talk in detail on this. So what is the severity? Severity is the impact of the bug, right? How is it impacting that application, or how is it impacting the whole system? Is called severity. And priority is how soon it will get fixed. How soon. So the difference between severity and priority is, right? Severity is more related to testing point of view, like saying, okay, this is the impact, and this is the systems, and this is how it's going to be affected. We are not going to execute our test cases because of this defect. Whole our team is have been blocked because of this system. So that's the severity. That means how much impact it is causing to the system, and what is the priority, and how soon can you able to fix it. Now you're telling developer, okay, now we want this right now. So like right now. So that's the priority. So you are actually having a lot of option here. You want to resolve immediately, or you want high attention, normal, or low. This is the priority. Okay, that means you are requesting developer to how soon you need to fix this, and severity is like what is affecting our system, because of the defect. Okay, so that's the difference between priority and severity. Okay, and let's. Okay, so here let's talk about this. There's a lot of option here. This is like 7 is like severity 1, severity 2. So sub 1, sub 2, so this is what they talk. Sub 1, sub 2, sub 3, sub 4. Okay, now let's see the cosmetic issue. So let's see here, we also have this cosmetic issue here. Okay, so what is the cosmetic issue? So it's very simple. It's like sometimes you have a requirement and say, no, this color, this table should be in blue color, not in green color. Now that's a cosmetic issue. Now that doesn't affect any system, right? Except the application, except the requirement. So that this should be blue color, not a green color. This is not so that's a cosmetic issue. And also, right, some spelling mistake here. They missed on, they put O line. That is also a cosmetic issue. You cannot take it as data crash or something. That's just a simple cosmetic issue. Okay, so that's called cosmetic. So you have minor problem. Just minor problem, just like now minor problem. We can take this this one. This says this install is 23. You know what? Not that. Now we'll take this as a minor problem. We are ordering in large quantities and showing the shipping address is $5. Okay, so that's a normal. You see this? A large quantity and shipping is $5. So that's kind of minor problem. It's not necessary because nobody wants to buy in that quantity. Okay, but still we want to test it. That's severity. Okay, it's a minor problem. It's not a big issue. Okay, now you come to the major problem. Now, major problem is something you are navigating some button here, right? You're navigating some button and suddenly this page shows up. Oh, HTTP. Now, you want to execute the test cases, what is there in this URL. Okay, you don't know what the, what it has in this page. No, you know. So you know because you have requirement. You know, you see this. But you cannot do that. Why? Because you're blocked with this defect. Now, this is a major problem, right? This is a major problem. Why it's a major problem? Because you cannot execute your test cases. You're blocked. There are so many fields that needs to be executed. There's so many things that should be done in this page. Now it's not getting access because it's saying that page not allowed. Okay, for some reason it's showing up issue, and this is an issue. This is a serious issue, major problem. And sometimes you can also put a crash or data loss because you don't know what's there here, and it's not showing up, and we need to execute the test cases, and it's not done yet. And whole team is depending on this. 2 or 3 teams. This is crash or data loss. So both of them are a little bit similar. Crash or data loss is more for a production point of view. Whenever you put production issues, right, you want to put as crash. Even a small issue, I would go as a crash or data loss because production is something we don't test. But when we do, then it will be in this issue because if it is now, let's say they will say, oh no, this was there from past from 2-3 years, it is the same. But based on the requirements, it doesn't look like that, right? Requirement says something, and here it says something. That's really not familiar unless you want to change the requirement. In that case, you want to put as creation data loss. Okay, so these two major problems is something which you want to execute your test cases, but it's not happening. That's that's it. And that's the severity. Okay, and priority normally goes with severity. Let's say you put this cosmetic, so it will be of course low. If you are putting cosmetics, nobody puts in the resolve immediately. There's no way to use that. Okay, so normally it goes. If it is set port, then it goes with the low. Okay, and if you're putting a minor problem, you want to put as normal. Okay. And if you want to put a major problem, you want to give this high tension. And also sometimes it also resolve immediately because you don't want to wait for a major problem. Okay. So that's the difference between the severity and priority. Okay. So severity is something that's impact a bug, right? It's because of that bug, how the system is being impacted, how much people, how many test cases are being affected, how the system is affected. That's called severity. Priority is like you are telling developer how soon you have to fix that bug. Okay, priority is like you are telling developer, please fix it right now, resolve immediately. Okay, so that's the priority. And submitted by is always a QA guy, not necessarily. But what happens, right? Sometimes the people also open defects. They open defects. Maybe it might be like for architect level, or or some document issue. They open defects. But you should never. You should never give a chance to open. Defects for the developer, right? So, but still they will open, it's not good because if it routes to you, you're getting affected and says like, why you didn't open? Why does developer open this defect? Okay, that's the question you'll be getting from your boss. Okay, somebody asked some question. Is priority and severity interrelated? Yes, I would say yes. Right? So I don't see any reason for not relating to each other because if you have some issue, you are telling developer to so it's like you are telling developer to what to do with that issue. Now you're not getting you're not putting crash or data loss and putting as low priority. So you're not doing that, right? So it's technically it's interrelated to each other. Okay. Normally it goes with the same level. Step 1, step priority 1, step 2, priority 2. Okay, so okay. Any more questions? Okay, now creation dates. Oh wow. No access. Yeah, sometimes you may not have access, but you're supposed to have access. Okay, let's see. Found in build, if you have the build, you want to put the build number. Okay, fixed in build, of course. You see this fixed? Fixed means, again, developer's job. Now, we cannot write here anything because, okay, fixing is the job of a developer, not really, tester. So what you want to do is like leave that blank. Target build, if you know the target build, you can put it. Verified, again, this is should be fixed by the developer. Resolution, of course. This actually, know what? You don't even have this access to it. You're not supposed to have access to this resolution because this resolution is a completely job of who is working on this issue. Okay, so once let's say developer figure it out, okay, and they will put, okay, it's a user interface issue, or as I told you, the issue might be pretty broad, okay, not limited to just one guy or one developer. It's pretty much very broad. It might get till director itself. That issue might get till director and to resolve this. So, and they have to decide what to do with this. Okay. So here's the thing, right? What happened? Once when I was working in Barclays, right? So what happened? I opened an issue, and it took like 6 months to resolve that issue, this small issue. What it is, there's a simple button, right? I mean, it's just a button, and I said like, that button is not working. I said that button is not working, and it's navigating, it's not working. It's supposed to be, okay? This requirement says something, and this is now, is this saying doing something? No, actually, it was not even clickable. When you click this, there's nothing happening. So when I opened a defect there, it took 6 months for them to solve it. And what happened? It went to the director, QA director, and QA director talked to the dev director. What's going on with this? And they don't know what to do. What they did ultimately is they changed the whole requirements altogether. No, now we don't even want this button itself. Forget about this button. We are not going to use this button. If anyone wants anything, use this. Go back. Use this browser button. We are not doing it. So that's how the issue shows up. Small thing, small thing. Nobody even knew, and the button is not working. And that's how it happens. Okay. So we don't know how much time it is. If you're good at this, really, it will be really, useful for you. Okay, so these are all types of interface. So if it's a user interface, and what happens is developer routes the information. If you're lucky, they route it for you. If you're not lucky, you need to check with the developer saying that, okay, who is the responsible person? Who is the right guy I can find to fix this issue? And they will tell you. And even if they don't tell you, you will check with the lead and check with them. So this is actually the issue. And you know what? Developers are not able to fix this because it's really not their job. You need to check with them and figure it out into route this issue. And they put this all information you have, either this is user interface or it's not a defect. Sometimes they reject it. No, it's not a defect, it's a feature. Okay, so they might reject it. Or if you're not putting any information here like screenshot, they'll reject the defect. They say you need more information. You don't know what you're talking about, right? Your screenshot, we made it easy because it has the URL, it has the web page, right? Now there is no reason to reject this defect, at least not in need more information. They'll never say need more information. Might say not a defect, but not need more information. Okay, that doesn't get rejected based on this. We are good on that. Duplicates. So let's say if anyone has opened a defect and already opened. Sometimes it's a scenario where it already has opened and you're opening one more, so that will be duplicate. So your defect gets rejected. You need to make sure that issue is fixed. Okay, you figure it out. That number, check with the developer guy or whoever the tester who's opened it, and make sure that defect is fixed so that you can close this defect. Now you cannot close this defect too because it's dependent on that defect. So because it's duplicate. And if the database change, so as I told you, right, there might be any issue, database, configuration, code, architecture, and so on. There might be more. Okay, so that's the resolution. So really, it's not our job to change this one. This is job of a developer to fix it. Target date, and we know when it is going live, and we don't want to delay it. So just put the target date. Release notes. If you have any notes, you can put in the note section. Put it, paste it here. All this note section. Or if you have documents, really drag this. Put this documents here. So that's about the notes. Okay, and as it affects documents. So because of this defect, is it affecting other documents? You have BRD or FRD, you have a lot of documents. Is it affecting that, or is it just a defect? So you want to put it yes or no. So in this case, we just put it no. Salesforce. See, here's the thing. Sometimes you might be working on mostly two test management tool, or this. Okay, Salesforce is not really a test management tool, but what you want to do is you sometimes developer using a different tool and you are using a different tool. Okay, now the two things are different things. Now you want to put that number here. Okay, if you know the number, you can go ahead and put, or if normally you don't know the number. Okay, so developer has to put this, or some guy who is working on this. Okay, some Tria's team or some other team will be putting that information here, so that that issue is automatically generated in that test management tool. So it's automatically linked with that tool, and once you open this issue, that issue automatically gets generated, and the number is generated here. Okay, that's the reason here. Or in this case, Salesforce is not really a test management tool. It's really a CRM. So if you know this ID, you can put it ID. Otherwise, just leave it blank. And schedule, want to put it schedule, what's the iteration, how many iterations you are trying to do. Expedite. So let's say you want to, so this expedite will be yes when you are using this severity as major and data crash. Okay, so you want to put as S. Okay, this is done. This is the attachment what you have posted in this. This is the attachment. And if you have more attachment, go ahead and click on this and put it here. Notes, if you have some information to the developer saying that, hey, can you check this for me? This is and this due date is by the next week. Can you let me know what's going on with this defect? Okay, and you can put the notes here. And last verdict. This is verdict is which I'm not sure why this is blocked. This is not enabled. Maybe its administrator can do this. But here, this last verdict is when you executed your test case and what was the last run and what was the last bit. So that's what you want to put the information here. Okay. So this is all about the defect. Any questions so far? And click on create. Oops. Okay. You created already? Okay, good. Now once this gets created, here is all the information. As you can see, the ID is generated for you. What's the ID? DE365. DE means defect. The number is 365. And what's exactly the issue is? So shipping and handling issue. You're just saying in one line what's exactly the issue. You can see the information screenshot by just navigating, your mouse over the defect. And what user story does it really belong to? Now this is very important. Since we are opening all this in one user story, okay, since we are opening in one user story, this is really not, we don't really care on this. But if you want to change this user story, then you need to really check on this. So how do you do this? So, go ahead and click on this. Edit. So, you know what, you want to change the user story, right? Here, what you want to do is, here you go. Now this user story is US 156. Okay, that's the US's user story, and you want to change it. So here you go, and whatever the number you have, you know the number that's good. To that number here, and use this, and we can change the user story. Okay, so that's how you can change the user story. And make sure which project does it belong to, and make sure you also have access to that particular project. Okay, so if you don't have access, you cannot do anything. Just you cannot even assign that user story. So it will be a little different. Okay, so what is the severity here? Priority. What is the state? We can do it right from here once you're done. Fixed inbuilt. Who is the submission, like QA, and the owner. Who is the owner? Owner is developer or whoever guy is responsible for this ticket. Okay, so that's how you can open a defect. Right? Any questions so far? So I'll be giving you access. Okay, you already have access, right? Good. So I'll be giving you homework. Okay, and just create few of the defects. Okay, and okay, so now let's move to the next topic pretty quick. Let's go to the report section. So this is job of a QA, right? QA does all this. QA, I mean, so when I say QA, that means QA tester, QA analyst, QA engineer, all this. So once you have done all this, let's say lead. So the lead has some more responsibilities. He or she not even does this, but also does more than this. Okay. So let's go to this. So reports. Let's go to the reports. Okay. So now what happens, right? Once you have done that, once you have created, executed all this, you have opened defect. Now you get more responsibilities from your boss, saying that okay, now why don't you send me the reports? Okay. Now there are a lot of reports. Okay, a lot of reports that get generated. So Rally makes it really simple for you. Okay, it's very good. Because all these reports here, you see this, all this is actually generated itself by tool itself. Okay, we are no more depending on traditional way of generating the report. Here is automatically generated for you. Let's pretty quick check one report here. Let's see defects by state. I just want to see this defects by state. Now all this will not be working because we really don't have the proper organizing that user story. So this is good. Okay, so good. We also have the submitted for or submitted. Good. So now this shows everything what you're trying to do. So this report goes to your boss. Now who is doing what? What is the priority? What is this? All this. This graph is plotted on the date. So here you see this date and the defect count. How many defects have been opened in this particular amount of time, right? And once this is good, you want to, although, see, here's the thing, right? Your boss might be having access to this, they'll be having more access, but still they want, your report to be submitted to them. So what you do is go ahead and click on page tools. You can email this or you can export as PDF. Just we can do this email. Let's see this. I'm just putting this. Okay, and message attach embed in email. Okay, and we include CC. Oh, no, it's not required. And send. Now. No, what is you see this your message has been queued for delivery when the report is complete. Now what this Rally does is really good. You're not doing anything manually here. You have just sent an email to your boss saying that okay, so this is here you go. Got an email. Okay. So this is the report. And this directly goes to your boss saying, okay, so this is the report and we'll check this. Okay, so in the same way, you can go ahead and click back. Same way you can generate, all these reports. There are plenty of reports: iteration burn down, iteration burn up, velocity chart. It's simple. You would just want to go ahead and click on that and just email it. Maybe this is not good. This only thing is working is this. So let's see this. The story should be there. You know the story ID? You can put it to this US 137, right? Okay, so here you can just get this report and you can email it. Okay, so this is how you can check on reports section. And let's say you got something which is not available here. Okay, so there's more possibility of the reports that is really not available here. There's a lot of reports, but really it's not necessary to be that report should be here. So what you want to do is click on add new. Here you can customize your customize whatever you're trying to do. Let's say your boss has given some work and you really didn't find that report here. So what you want to do is what you want to do. Let's say you want to you have to do some homework. Think that what you're trying to do and click on this if you want to. So this is the data what it shows. So what data you want to see and how it's supposed to be broken up. You want to view through priority, you want to view through severity, and all those things. And what filters you want to add. So you want to filter by dates, you want to filter by iterations, so on. Once you run this, the report is generated for you. So this report is useful when there is no reports shows up here. Okay, so that's this is something which is this is something which is is done by the QA, senior QA, normally senior QA or QA lead. Okay, so those guys will be working on this. Okay, so normally not as a QA tester, but if you are if you are requested to do, then you have to do. Okay, but normally you don't do this report. This report is completely different. This is not like report testing. This is like your submission. This is like you're submitting report to your boss. Okay, that report testing is completely different. It's nothing to do with this. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, now let's go to the next topic pretty quick. So let's say, I know what we talked about was more of a project level report. Okay, so this project level report which contains information about the project, where actually we are working on project, where the project is going on, stuff like that. So you will be working that the reports are more of a project level. Now this reports, what I'm going to say is more of a team level. That means what the team is doing, how the performance of the team is, how they are working on. So now, okay, so there are two kinds of reports here. So one is the project level that I just showed you. Okay, so that wants to see how the project is going on, what's working on, and now we just also work on. Okay, let's click on this. Okay, let's say you have test cases, right? Let's say you have these test cases, and your boss told you to, let's say this you're a lead, and your boss told you to, okay, show me whatever the test cases the team has written. I want everyone's test cases here. Okay, so what you want to do is go ahead and click on actions, located in right upper side. Actions, hover your mouse, that's it, and click on print report. Okay, now, we'll just, we'll just leave it this, as it is. And once you have done that, okay, click on print. And you want to click on print. So since this is Chrome, it's pretty easy. Want to save it as PDF, more portrait or more landscape, how it suits. And you want to save it to the desktop. Save this. And, okay. And here the report is generated for you. And this is all information. So now it has each and every information, who is doing what, how many test cases they have written, what's the execution, everything is here. Okay, and you can send directly, just send your email to your boss, attach this report. Okay, you can attach this report here and you can send it to your boss. So this is one way. So this is the only way actually if you're doing for it, and all the information will be here. Who has written the test cases, what are those test cases, everyone will be, they will be monitoring everyone. So I think you can also download this. Good. Okay, so they will also see the results, what you're trying to do, and what are the test cases and all those things, they'll be monitoring it. So this is test cases. Okay, so that's about the test cases. And the similar thing, you can also do for the defects too. Okay, what you don't have, we go to return the story tab in defects. Okay, good. I have 4 defects, right? Now we can also generate click on this. You know what? You can also do this in CSV. You can export this CSV. Now this is good. Why? Because let me quickly show you. Once you have exported all these defects into CSV file, right? CSV is comma separated value. So it's actually in Excel. Once you created that defect, once you exported that, so what happens, right? This is all the information it shows up. This is good. If someone wants to keep a track of it, they can keep it. Why I'm saying this is good. You can just download in your system and wants to see which defect they are working on. Is it fixed? No, is it not fixed? And you can also do this. Let's say if the defect is fixed, you want to put it right from here. And go ahead and click on this. So just try this. Okay, now you say, okay, this defect is fixed. Now we are not working on this, and you save it. Okay, so this is good. This is one way is good when you are trying to export it and you want to submit. So this is one way. Okay. Otherwise, no. If your boss only wants the defect, so you can either send it through CSV file or just go ahead and click on this. This, and you can save this. So this is, you can do this too, but this doesn't help for tracking purposes. If you want to track which is fake, which is not fake, this doesn't help in that. Okay, so but that CSV, that will help you out, because if you want to say, okay, the defect is fixed, now you can cancel that defect. Okay, so you want to put it prescribed and you want to strike that, so you can do that. Okay, so we can, that's defects, I'm sorry, that's reports you can generate. Okay, this is a team level reports. So now your boss want to view this, what the team is doing, how many people are working and how many defects have been raised, what's the issues with this, they want to see that. So in that case, these reports are generated. So they can generate, you can generate report from test cases, you can generate report from defects, you can also generate report from tasks. Okay, let's say you have assigned a lot of tasks, so they want to see how much estimation you need to keep on updating these things daily, right? You need to keep on updating. So once they want to see, okay, 10 hours, and how much you're trying to do. Okay, to do is should be always updated daily. Okay, not end of the day, at least, or daily it has to be get updated, because they will monitoring all these things. If these numbers are not good, so they'll ask you, so what have you done yesterday whole day? Why it's showing again 10? Yesterday was 10, today it was 10. What's going on? Okay, then you have to give an explanation on this. So always make sure if they are using this, task option, then you need to update all this. You can also export again the same way to do this. And you can export and send it through email. Okay, and you want to see this, okay, who is doing what and what is the task on this, okay, how much remaining amount is to be done. And if you, let's say your task is done, you want to strike it, strike through and do it. So that's the one way of doing. Okay, CSV. So somebody asked, right, what is CSV? So CSV is comma separated value. Okay, it's an Excel, it's in an Excel format actually. See this, these are all Excel format. Okay, so it's part of the Excel. Okay, just an extension. Normally Excel is .xls, right? Excel, .excel, the extension dot. Here it's .csv. You want to see this? Quickly check this. This is the extension of the file is .csv. That's why it's called. This is comma separated value. Okay. Most of the time it will be in CSV. Okay. Whatever the files you're using in the Unix server, or you're using the ETL data, or whatever you're using, it will be mostly in .csv. It will not be in .xls or .excel. Okay. But this .csv has a feature to open in Excel. That's the reason you're opening in Excel. There's nothing called CSV format. It's an extension. It's just an extension in Excel so that you can view the same data in the Excel. That's about CSV. Okay. Most of the time it will be in .csv or .txt, but not .xls. Okay, there might be some scenarios where you might also find in .xls or .excel. Okay, but always they prefer .csv because this can be opened. I think it can open in two to three formats. That's the reason they put in .csv. Okay, .xls cannot be opened in. It can only be opened in MS Excel, right? Or now they have more features. They can open in open source Excel and all those things, but otherwise you have to use .csv. Okay. Any more questions? Okay. So tomorrow, we start on. We quickly check. So we have completed Rally tool. So get used to this tool. Don't just get addicted to the tool. Just want to make sure you know this. You don't get addicted. That means you don't want to say, no, I know only Rally. I don't know any other tool. I can only use Rally. So you don't want to say that, because here what I'm trying to explain you the process. What is the process? Process is writing a test cases, executing the test cases, opening defects, assigning the defects to the concerned developer or concerned person, updating all the information, creating reports, generating reports, submitting that's the process. Now, I'm not teaching you how to use this rally. No, that's not really a good idea, because at the place where you will be working, it's not necessary they will be using rally. Okay, just don't get into your mind, no, I know only rally, now I cannot use anything. Just don't keep in that mind. So you need to always update. So here we are using rally, you might use Jira there, or you might use something completely different, TFS, or you might use something else. Okay, so just don't get no, I know only rally, I cannot use anything else. So just you need to be flexible. Okay, here what I'm trying to, so overall my class was about explanation of the project, because it's not necessary you're using here, but in HPLM you'll be having the website, not in here. So it's completely different. So don't get used to that user interface. Here it's easy. Okay, in Rally it's easy because everything is good, everything we know it, but real time it's not necessary. You need to, okay, we might not know the user story, but you know the process. Once you know the process, it's easy to figure it out, because all this information will be, so this is this, let's see this header, right? For example, this header might be somewhere else, or they might not be here, just navigate this project here. So that's the case. UI can be completely different. You might put somewhere else or something else, but the process remains same. Process of writing, writing test cases, execution of test cases, and opening defects, reporting the defects, coordinating with the teams. All this is process, and that remains same with any tool you use. Doesn't matter this Rally, doesn't matter HPLM, doesn't matter Jira, whatever you're using, right? Just you need to get used to the process. So that's what it is. But okay, we are also we'll be going through more tools, so to get used to that idea of having more than one tool. So we'll be talking about that. Okay, and but tomorrow we'll go for different. We'll go into various documents. What documents we'll be using, and methodologies, various methodologies. What methodology we'll be using. Okay. So tomorrow we'll go through this. Any questions so far? So we are done with the Rally. Okay. If you have any questions, you can let me know now or later, or through email, or what you call, that's fine too. Okay. So if no one have any questions, can we close this class for today? Sure, go ahead. Okay. Sure. So documents, we'll go through this. Right. Now understand your question. Now we want to see this all these documents, so we go through this tomorrow. Okay, we'll go in detail, and tomorrow I'll be giving you access to this Google Drive, where you can see various documents and look it for yourself. How these documents look like, and what exactly those documents are. You can go ahead and look at this document. So by tomorrow, so I'll be giving you access. So. Oops. Okay, so we'll work on this tomorrow. Okay, so we have a lot of documents, a lot of to discuss. So I'll be giving you access to all of these. Okay, and we can you can have a look on this, and a lot of information will be there already here. Okay. Okay. Any more questions? So go to this, I'll be giving you homework today for defects. Make sure to open defects, and hopefully one more homework. This time, right? I'll be giving you one more homework, maybe tomorrow. Let's see. We will do on 19th. Let's see how does it work. Okay. So that will be one more website. People who were not able to do this homework have another chance of doing to find the view defects, so that you will be comfortable opening defects. Okay. Okay, thank you guys.